We are welcoming a very special guest here into the Pig Trail Nation studios. As always, we're joined by our Hogville basketball insider, Kevin McPherson, but we are also joined by former Arkansas Razorback and the new NBA champion with the Milwaukee Bucks, Bobby Portis. Bobby, thank you so much for taking the time with us today.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
And Bobby, the first question I have is just how amazing does it feel? Has it sunk in yet that you can call yourself an NBA champion?
It actually hasn't. It's been 10 days and I'm still on the high, man. Like as a basketball player, you go through all the sacrifices to get to this point, especially this year alone. And it was a tough offseason for me personally. My team didn't get invited to the bubble, so I was off 9, 10 months and having a chance to go home and find peace again with my mom, with my three little brothers, and my trainers and stuff like that. Just get back to the regular schedule program, man. Just calm down a little bit and to seize the moment. This year during the NBA season, we had a lot of COVID protocols we had to follow. Couldn't leave our places and things like that. Didn't get a chance to see my mom for like 4 months as well. Testing twice a day, and for us to be victorious at the end, to call ourselves NBA champions through all that, man, it's been a fun ride this year.
And I heard you say that throughout the finals in interviews was that peace of mind. And I always wanted to
Yeah.
ask you what you mean by that. What was that peace you found? Was it just with your game? Was it with your life? And it kind of elaborate if you can, or if it's not too much, of what that peace of mind
Um,
is to you.
Peace of mind for me, as a man and as a basketball player, to be the best you can be, in your individual craft. Obviously, you have to have peace in that. With me, I found it this year. Having a chance to go home, my mom and my three little brothers gave me a chance to really find peace again. I want to credit the pandemic. Obviously, the pandemic affected, a lot of people around the world in different ways. One way that it really helped me and shaped me and, really helped me in is finding peace. Having to be at home, quarantine with my fam, really made me love the game of basketball again. Being away, from my craft and from my sport for so long, not being able to go to the gym, having to create our own, at home gym and things like that. Really made me find peace again and being here in this great environment, this great city, this blue collar city, having great teammates, that really believe in you, having great coaches and people in the front office that really believe in you as well. Just brings you back down to earth and, really just makes you love the game. And I think it just makes your job, it makes it easier, on you to go out there and perform at a higher level.
That city embraced you and you became what you call it. It fits so perfect as that people's champ. What was that parade like to go up in front of Milwaukee and celebrate that championship with that city?
Man, it's crazy. Being from Arkansas, just coming from where I'm from, being in this position to help take care of my family, to, you know, be an NBA champion, to see 500, 600, 700,000 fans, outside it's the gym and, on our parade, cheering our names, hearing the Bobby, Bobby, Bobby chant, seeing 2, 3, 4-year-olds, really embracing and things like that is great, man. I worked my tail off to get to this moment. In the league, you're gonna go through a lot of ups and downs. Adversity is always gonna hit, in life in general every year at some point. There's gonna be some adversity that you go through. And for me to go through everything I went through in my career, to be in this moment, to be an NBA champion, to have the support of my family and friends, and people back home, and have these amazing fans here, just really support me through it all. Man, that's fun, man. I think me having a chance to have my mom there was the biggest thing for me. That's been impactful for me. My mom, she didn't really get a chance to attend a lot of my games early on in my career, in the league. So having a chance for her to be at, damn near all my playoff games, and for her to, see the journey and go through the journey with me, That's what I enjoy the most.
Growing up, you mentioned Arkansas. What do you think this title, in your mind, means to this state, to the Razorback fan base, and to the Arkansas community?
It means a lot, man. It's been a big year for Arkansas sports in general, man. We had Arkansas athletics had a big year this year, around football, soccer, all those things, did a great job this year. But basketball in particular, our team went to Elite Eight. We had a lottery pick last night, and I won a championship this year. So I just think that speaks volumes of what the Razorbacks are doing. That you don't have to go anywhere else. You can go to Arkansas and still get all your fruits of your labor by working hard. Get to that and try to get to these points, man. I think Moses and our great ambassadors for our city and for our state. With us being both from Little Rock, and for us to be on the biggest stage in basketball with the top 450 players around the world. I think that speaks volumes for our entire state of Arkansas.
What did you think about Moses last night going to the Golden State Warriors? What are your thoughts on that at pick 14?
I think it's a great fit. It's a great fit, man. When you're a young guy, Moses is 19? He's 19 years old, or 20, or one of the two. When you're a young guy coming into the league, man, you need veterans. All young guys need great veterans around them to keep them going, to show them the ropes. I had Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson, Pau Gasol, Jimmy Butler, Derrick Rose. All those guys helped my career out a lot, just by always telling me to stay ready for the moment. Crazy things happen in this league. Players get traded. Players get hurt, things like that. He has a great support cast. He has Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Kevon Looney. All those guys have won rings together. They've been on the biggest stage playing basketball. So I think he's in a great position to thrive and get better every day. Now the real work starts. As an NBA player, as a professional basketball player, you only have one job every year, and that's to get better. And I think Moses had done a great job up until this point of doing that. And I think we'll only see him get better as time progresses.
And the one question I got to ask you, and we were talking about this before camera, is the event tomorrow night in Milwaukee. When you were on that championship parade, you had your People's Champ belt you were rolling around Milwaukee with. WWE is going to Milwaukee tomorrow. Are we going to see Bobby Portis in a WWE ring?
You might, man. I'm just enjoying everything right now. I have a big time personality. I'm an outgoing person. I'm fun to hang around, fun to be around. So for me to get invited to the WWE event here, Bobby Lashley tweeted me, John Cena tweeted me. So it's pretty fun, man, to be in this position to represent myself and my family and my state. But I'll be there. I'll have my belt as well. My belt gonna be there with me as well. So it should be a fun event.
Look forward to seeing him at WWE Milwaukee.
I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited.
Hopefully I can watch it. Is it going to be on TV anywhere?
Yeah. I think it is. It's so crazy. Like as a kid, I used to watch wrestling every Monday and Friday. I think it was on Mondays and Fridays then. Now it's on Saturdays now. So I used to watch it every week, man. I couldn't miss an episode of it. So me being older now and have an opportunity to be on it, it's kind of crazy how life comes at you. It's like life comes full circle sometimes.
The champ, going to be the People's Champ over there in Milwaukee in WWE. That's my questions. I'm going to turn it over to Kevin.
BP, Bobby Portis, welcome in here to Big Trail Nation with us, champ.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Nick covered a lot of good stuff there, but I want to go back to the Arkansas presence in basketball right now. You talked about the Elite Eight. You talked about Moses Moody being the first one and done and a lottery pick last night. I mean, you were the last first-round pick before Moses. But let's talk about some of the guys in the league right now. Patrick Beverly helping the Clippers get as far as they've ever gotten to conference finals. Daniel Gafford getting traded late to the same team that sparked you, and he comes on strong and helps that team to the playoffs. And then you look at Isaiah Joe, another young player in the league. But talk a little bit about maybe some of the guys that Because I always say you're the ambassador for Razorback basketball in the league, but talk about some of these other guys that are in the league that are helping represent not only the state but the Razorbacks.
Big time, man. Obviously starting with Pat Bell, man. Like I said, man, when you first get into the league, you don't really understand the journey that you're gonna go through, the marathon that you're gonna run in this league, man. There's only a handful of guys that play on the same team their entire, it's their entire career. You have Kobe, Tim Duncan, guys like that. But, guys get moved around and things happen, man. There's just going to be some guys that's not tradable. But, man, for Pat Bev to go overseas, to fight back, get to the league, stamp himself in the league, have a big-time impact on winning. He does all the little things in the game of basketball. Sometimes the things he doesn't show up in the stat sheets, but he's still impacting the game in a positive way. Isaiah Joe didn't play as much this year, but he's going to have a big role going forward. I'm looking forward to watching him in Summer League coming up, this weekend and things like that. Daniel Gafford, he had a great year this year. I think with the Bulls, it was up and down. He showed flashes of it. But given a chance and opportunity to get a new home is sometimes always good. Got a chance to go down there, play with some, Hall of Famers, Brad Beal and Russell Westbrook. And I just thought that he fit in really well, with that team. They really needed him. When Thomas Bryant went down at the start of the season, I think he kind of filled that void with the energy he brings, his athleticism, and his shot blocking ability. I think he kind of fit in well with that team. So I think Arkansas is really on the come up right now. We have a lot of things going good for us right now, and hopefully, we can have more guys in the league in a couple of years.
All right, I got to talk about your game because I watched every game. I had the league pass, and it was driving me crazy the numbers you were putting up, the impact you had on winning, and when they got around to announcing the final three. The finalists for the sixth man of the year. Now, I don't want to go to negative town here.
Yeah.
I thought it was malpractice. I really did. I mean, you were the only non-starter in the league to average at least 10 and 7, finished third in the league in 3-point shooting percentage. And look, you were 1 and 2 for most of the season, finished in the top 3, over 50% in the field. I could go on and on. But did you feel like that fueled your performance? Because a lot of reserves and guys that play off the bench, they see their roles shrink a lot in the playoffs. And even though there was a snag or two, for the most part, you improved on some things over what you did in the regular season. So long question, but did you use some of that as fuel for the playoffs?
Kind of, sort of. I haven't been to the playoffs in a minute since my second season. This is my 6th season now. So I had a 3-year span where, I got sent home early and, we didn't make the playoffs. So I thought I had an okay year this year. It was cool. It was good. I shot the basketball pretty well. I was just trying to do all the little things to impact winning and help a team. Obviously, Jordan Clarkson, he had a hell of a year this year. Averaged 18 points off the bench. Probably played more minutes than I did. So, that was that. But he had a good year. Couldn't deny. I just didn't understand why they had 2 guys on the same team in the top 3. That didn't really make sense. I thought Joe Ingles was a starter for most of the season. But at the same time, man, it's whoever the media thinks it is. I thought I had a good year. I thought I could have, at least been in the top 3 of it. I think I finished like 9th or 8th or something like that. But going forward, man, I think I have a bigger opportunity to, be in the top 3 or potentially win it. I think our team is coming together really good. Obviously, I have a big decision to make if I'm opt in or opt out with that. But, coming to the playoffs, I was just trying to, do everything I can to help the team win. I watched this team in the bubble the last season, and I seen a hole where I thought I fit in well at. And, it was like a match made in heaven with, me and the Bucks. So with us, we just try to, take it one day at a time. We just try to build good habits. And, that's one thing that Coach Bud really, instilled in me is, just taking it a day at a time, building good habits. And, he really brought it out of me this year.
Yeah, I thought so. And it's interesting because you see the league moving more and more to 5-out, smaller lineups.
Yeah.
But you guys have an intriguing group, a 3-headed monster on the front line between you, the Greek Freak, and Brooke Lopez, and you all each bring something a little different to the table. I think at all three levels, you're the most skilled post player that the Bucks have. Talk a little bit about how y'all use that to your advantage, because an easy out. Phoenix wasn't easy out, but you took care of both of those in 6. Talk a little bit about the matchups and maybe you guys using your size to an advantage in a league that's trying to get smaller.
Yeah, that's one thing at the start of training camp. Obviously every training camp is different. This was the most, different training camp I've been through. Coach Bud laid it out what he wanted. On the season, he wanted us to crash the offensive glass. He wanted us to be a force down low. He wanted us to pack the paint, crash the paint, crash in the corners, get more offensive rebounds. That's one thing. I think last season, the 2019-20 season, I think the Bucks was, bottom 5 in offensive rebound percentage or something like that. So that's one thing they really wanted to improve on. And I think we really, put a stamp on that. Just, when you crash the offensive glass, get extra possessions for your team, that's not only giving you extra possessions, but it's kind of, letting the other team know that, we're here to play, we're here to, be dogs and things and that and so on. So, we really put a stamp on that. Obviously, we feel like our size was our advantage in every series that we played in. And, we tried to, just, play bully ball a little bit.
I go back and you were really a fan favorite almost out of the gates. A lot of people didn't know about it till the end. But when you start hearing Bobby chanted, and it's during games, I mean, you're in the playoffs, you've still got a job to do. How do you balance excitement with not letting it affect your play and going out there and getting the job done?
It was great, man. So, not just in the arena, not just outside the arena, but everywhere I go, that's like a thing. So when I go out to eat, when I go get some gas, when I'm just walking outside on a beautiful day like today, if I see anybody that recognizes me or know me, they just start saying Bobby, Bobby, Bobby everywhere. So it's like a great feeling to have, knowing that I have the fan support here in Milwaukee, knowing that, you can't put a tab on happiness, man. Obviously in the league, your career is going to be your career, however long you play. If it's 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, 15, however long you play, obviously you want to make as much money as you can for your family and for yourself. But you can't put a tab on, happiness and the fan support, that you have going through it. So with me, I try to just stay locked in, as much as possible on the court, try to give my all to the team. I think me and the fans really connect because, fans, they'll play how I play out there. They'll give it their all too. And I just think that, that's where we connect at.
Bobby, I wanted to ask, because I go back to the playoffs, the 2 games Giannis went down, that series tied 2-2. You put up big production, but it's also your energy and just how you seem to ignite the guys around you. And you've got great players around you, but you bring us a little something different. But just the impact there, and then those final 4 games after you got down 0-2 on the opening road trip with Phoenix, your role increases. In fact, you're on the court most of the fourth quarter, and it's your defense also coming to the forefront. How much of this now sends you over the level from underdog to truly being a top dog? I mean, you're going to be able to command, if you choose to get to opt out, some pretty nice numbers in free agency.
Just I want to credit Coach Bud for all that, man. Before this year, I played defense in college and things like that. But when you're on a losing team, it's kind of hard because, coaches let things slip in film. They don't really say anything, when you're on a losing team, tanking team, every possession, kind of doesn't matter, but here, everything matters. Coach Bud, everything matters to him. Every possession, every rebound, the 50-50 balls, loose balls. If you don't do this, then it's going to be shown on the film. So, when you don't want to get shown film, man, you go out there and give it your all and try to be the best you can in your role, be a star in your role. With me, I think the defense thing is what I'm really most proud of myself on. And obviously, I love scoring, and I've always been a scorer, my entire career and things like that. But, I really improved my defense this year. It's my one-on-one ball skills. with that. My help side, low man, things like that. So like my biggest takeaway this year is, I learned how to win again. I was a winner in high school. I was a winner in college. Brought the Razorbacks back to the tournament and things like that. But when I got to the league, I kind of forgot how to win. And Coach Bud and his staff and my teammates, I want to credit them for just allowing me to feel winning again and feel what it feels like to win again and just try to help impact winning again.
Got a question about one of your teammates. It looks like you and Brooke Lopez have a little thing worked out. Looks like y'all are pretty tight out there.
Yeah, that's mine.
For him, and he comes back in for you. Can you talk a little bit about that relationship?
It's great, man. Most times when you get on teams in the league, most guys are selfish. Most guys care about themselves. Obviously, our only job is to get better every year, but at the same time, you want to build generational wealth for your family. Coming here in Milwaukee was one of the best things to happen to me. Around great guys that really care for you. All the guys in our team care for one another. Like, we love one another like brothers. I know most teams and most guys say that, but, I really feel that here. And I was embraced from day one. Watching Brooke and watching Giannis really made me a better version of myself. Just, seeing the little things they do on a day-to-day basis, taking care of their bodies, sacrificing, not doing this, getting up extra shots, lifting, standing in the cold tubs, getting massages. Me and Brooke has gotten really, really tight. I was on the team with his brother, Robin Lopez, for 3 years. Him and Robin are similar. They're like my brothers, man. I love those guys, to death. Me and Brooke have a real, tight connection on the court. I know when I come in for him, he knows that I have his back, and I know when I get subbed out, he comes in for me. I know that he has my back. So there's nothing like, going to war with somebody that, that you respect and love like that.
And this is the most important part of this interview, really. And I want to get to this because, I talk about you being the ambassador for Razorback basketball on the pro level, but it's not just about your game. It's what you do off the court. It's well documented, the relationship with your mom, what you've done for her. You recently, donated resources to help mom, more than just your mom, be pampered with some spa treatments. But you also have a foundation that's very important, Bobby Portis Foundation. You got an event coming up here in August here in the 501. Talk a little bit about your foundation and what's going on.
It's fun, man. Being able to, help others is a big part of my life. That's one of my callings in life. I feel like I love to inspire the youth. I love to help out, people that need it. And in 2019, I kicked my foundation off. I started it then. We had a foundation weekend kickoff. We had the camps, bowling events, and all those things. We had the game as well. This year, we brought it back because last year the pandemic stopped it all with the COVID, 19 and things like that. So having an opportunity to bring back my camp for the kids is already sold out. So I'm excited for that. I got the backpack giveaway on Sunday. I'm really excited about that. We had like 4 spots that was left for that. So I'm pretty sure that's sold out as well. One thing that I'm kind of disappointed in is, us not being able to have the basketball game this year because of obviously, there's a lot of things going on with the COVID numbers. So don't want to, spike that or anything, but just giving back to, my community that, helped raise me, helped grow me. And, not forgetting where I come from, man. If I, can inspire one kid where I'm from, then I feel like I did my job. And just have an opportunity and platform like I have to, help others. I love that.
Well, Bobby, you've definitely opened up eyes in the NBA and across the country now. Even casual fans, Razorback fans know what you are. And, we're so excited to have you on today. Congratulations again on a world championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. You were a huge part of that, and I hope that memory stays with you forever.
I appreciate it, man. And I want to thank all the fans out there that's been, sticking through me, my entire career. It's been a blast, man. It's the marathon that I'm running, in this league, man. It's fun. And I just want to thank, my friends, family, obviously God, but, all the fans out there that's Razorback fans that, that's fans of me, man, love and respect.
And also, before we go, the information for Bobby Portis' foundation, you can find more of that on our website. From underdog to top dog, NBA
Yes,
champion,
sir.
former Razorback, Bobby Portis. Thank you, Bobby.
Appreciate you, man. Go hard.
Bobby.